The college football experience, week 11 reaction show episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Just play $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. So remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, this is Pac-Man Jones. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience, week 11 reaction show. So apologies. I needed sleep. So this episode, I know I got a few DMs saying, where the hell is this episode? When you're mixing basketball, man, I was on like 1 hour sleep in like 35 hours. So I needed to sleep and have nobody fuck with me for a while. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
And you're nothing but a chameleon, lemon-headed, coward, tailless pussy. And I'm after you, buddy. You're going to pay for it. Good night.
Oh, boy. We got games. We got finals. We got talk. I am joined by my co-host. He is also the host of the college basketball experience, and he was lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree last night. Give it up for farmer staffer at Austin P with the Governors, South Carolina with the Gamecocks, and West Virginia with the Mountaineers, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Monette Line Mac. What's up, man?
What's up, man? Yes, you're not the only one that needed sleep. You're like alive. Cheers, everybody.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
I mean, this counts as the holidays, right? When there's a holiday that month, I think it counts for the holidays. And by the way, shout out to the holidays. I am promoting our SGP Let It Ride. There's a bunch of these in our store, SGPN or sg.pn/store or sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Click store, get the SGPN app, click store. There's a lot of ways, which is a free app to get, by the way. We have these ugly sweaters, Christmas sweaters, whatever the fuck you want to say. They're fire. All right. Get on over there. Check those things out. Buddy, we had a crazy day yesterday. I mean, I know the sport is on fire. I know you were out there talking to every Linda and Rebecca, right? But
tell them about Scotty Fox and Rich Rod, baby.
Yeah. That's the best part. There's some girls that are just randomly there. Honey, let me tell you about Scotty Fox. Rich Rod, this train's coming. Who? Rich Rod. Right?
Rich Rod. Take a drink. Let's get a
right?
shot.
Just like Richmond, Rich Rod. Shout out to the chat, man. We got Fire Scott Satterfield talk going on. And how about Eric just coming in right away? I mean, are we going to go here right here? Eric, you are the fucking man. Giving us $200, 18-7 because of the show yesterday. Best show on the internet. Thank you, brother. And $200 is a strong donation, man. So that is really kind of you. I'll put it like this. We get to $1,000. I will never talk about college football for the rest of the fucking night. If we get to $1,000 again, I will close down this show right now.
We needed $1,000 last night to close down that show.
Oh my God. Actually last night, I was ready to, I was going to donate $1,000 myself. I was going to say, God damn it.
People are asking about the shades. The shades right here, guys. You know, it's too early in the night. Shades only come on after hours, after midnight. It's too early in the night.
Yeah, I had an unbelievable week in betting college football too. Thank you, Eric. I know you did too. Like basketball yesterday, I struggled. Although today I was fire basketball. But yesterday and Friday, absolute dynamite stick was all pick Dundee. And we're gonna talk all about that. So get ready to channel my inner Ric Flair. Before we get to that, man, did you see the Big Ten potentially moving with this private equity? I saw Ross Dillinger report this without the consent of Michigan and USC.
I did see that. I don't know what to make of it. This whole shit is. I hate this private equity.
I hate the Big Ten too, but
yes,
well, the new Big Ten. I love the old Big Ten. So, I need to be schooled on this a little bit more. I mean, I read the article, but I just want to know. So they want to lock them in a grant of rights deal until I think it was 2046. If the article, if I can remember correctly,
that's 20 years.
Well, it's logical for all the other schools, like if you're Maryland or Rutgers or Minnesota, so you don't get kicked out, right? Because at some point, I think you're going to be saying, why are we allocating this much money to Rutgers when the views are coming in on Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, whatever, right? Which is logical. At some point, I think a lot of people thought this. It happened in the Premier League, or not the Premier League, but in British soccer or whatever the fuck, European soccer, from what I understand. I don't follow that sport very well. But USC and Michigan said no to the private equity, and they want to continue on without them. And from what I was gathering from the article was saying that like every other school would get the money, not Michigan and USC, and their contract would run out in 2036. I was taken back by this story a lot, man, because I'm like, what are you trying to piss off USC and Michigan? Because if they leave, like they could go independent. Now, part of me loves it because I've always been a fan of independent football. And the thought of like USC and Michigan could be the same as Notre Dame independent wise, as far as like financially, I think they'd be fine. But I just was surprised. So they're going to go to, from the article that I read, which I think was published this morning, was that they're going to go to a vote, and Michigan and USC have time to rethink this. But if not, it's going to a vote, or regardless, it's going to a vote. Well, of course they're going to lose the vote because there's only like 5 brands there. Every other school, 5 major blue blood brands. Mm-hmm. First off, it just sounds all terrible for the sport. But at the same time, if it leads to Michigan and USC being independent and weakening the Big Ten, I might be for it. But I was just taken back by all that. What do you think?
I don't really know what to think, to be honest. I think that we're just continuing down a path where none of us are going to like it, and I don't really know the end game here. Like I get more and more confused the more and more we get into this whole private equity, Saudi Arabia money, and just all the shenanigans off the field.
Yeah, it's weird. Shout out to FS Hog giving us $20. You crazy bastards killed it on Saturday at college football. Went 18-5 and won. You guys are the best. Giving us $20. Thank you so much, man. And hey, it works both ways. In this case, you're giving us $20, but also just the fact you're watching, subscribing. Hopefully you're when you're at the bars, you're telling your buddies, you got to listen to these fucking idiots. There's a couple of idiots out there you got to listen to. But no, we're grateful, man. We're grateful. Thank you, FS Hog. And we're grateful for your eyes and ears, everybody in the chat. All right. So that news was weird. I was not expecting to read that this morning. But the worst news I'm going to say this is worse than UCLA joining the Big Ten. UCLA announcing that there, and I don't know that like I don't know if this, real? I don't know, but it's enough smoke that I've seen enough people cover this that I believe there's validity to it. I don't know that UCLA officially has made a statement. What are we doing, dude? You're talking about leaving the greatest fucking stadium I mean, this is one where Herbie's right, in my opinion. Kirk Herbstreit, like he was saying, like we should play every national championship there. If they ditch the Rose Bowl, which they'd have to buy out like $40 million, right? Let me try to get the exact number. I should have had this before. I mean, you're talking about leaving one of the greatest venues there. And by the way, the Rose Bowl is in the midst of, they announced renovations to this thing a couple years ago, right?
Yeah.
That are coming down the pipeline here. Yeah. So first off, they're at a $220 million deficit. UCLA currently is, right? And I believe to buy out of the Rose Bowl contract would be over $40 million because they have a contract, I think, for the next 10 years. And then to go to SoFi, which, Mac, I know you're not familiar with Los Angeles, but I lived very close to SoFi. I lived in Santa Monica and Venice and Marina del Rey, really my entire 21 years out there. And that shit ain't close. You think it's close mileage wise. It's close mileage wise, but it is the worst part of any freeway in the country is the 405 where it hits the 10 and all the way really to the valley, right around where UCLA is. I went to screenwriting school at UCLA, so I know about this commute. I know about it well. It is the same, like, okay, it's not the same mileage, but it is the same fucking time, in my opinion. Very similar time to what it already would be to go to the Rose Bowl. This is catastrophic, man. Because the Rose Bowl is the one thing UCLA's identity is still hanging on to. Besides that, there is no fucking identity. To ditch the Rose Bowl would be, I think, the worst move in college football. Like, I mean, I think it's the best stadium in the whole fucking sport.
Yes.
And I'm talking about the NFL, college, high school. It is the best stadium, or at least top 3. To ditch that, to go to SoFi with no soul, and good luck bringing your students to SoFi, by the way. Good luck. I'd love to see your turnout there. If you think this is going to work, you think it's going to work. Love to see your turnout there. Your thoughts on this?
Absolutely horrific. I hope this is not true. I know we have the inside joke, and I see the chat and our tweets. You are looking live. That started at the Rose Bowl. Like that like you are looking live at Pasadena, the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. Like, this is the best stadium in college football history, and it ain't even close. Like, and they're gonna ditch that? What are you doing, you idiots? Fucking idiots.
I'm just like, it's almost like if you told me this, it's bad enough that you're telling me UCLA's in the Big Ten. If you had told a guy that grew up loving college football since the late 80s, if you had just told me in 2000, dude, check us out. In 20 years, the entire Pac-12, 100-year-old conference is going to be imploded. Right? Then the biggest schools there are going to be a part of, and then Stanford and Cal will be in the ACC, and like even the Big 12 schools, right? And you'd be sitting there, you'd be like, Northern Illinois is in the Mountain West. You'd be like, what? And then you would tell me, get this, the Rose Bowl is going to be ditched for a new LA Rams stadium by LAX. That's a dome in Southern California where it rains like 3 fucking days a year, right? 3 days a year, this thing rains, right? I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy with this fucking news.
I blame Nico. Ever since Nico got there, now they're getting rid of the Rose Bowl. They're getting rid of coaches.
He put it in his contract. He put it in his NIL. Look, you guys are fucking me with these taxes out here coming from Tennessee, right? At least I'm from Long Beach. Now, I do think SoFi might be closer. I don't know. That's close, though. That's close. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. I mean, I can't get over this. The only hope that I can have if this happens is that Cal and Stanford had talked about potentially doing games at the Rose Bowl to keep the Southern California market. The only thing I could hope is that some of these like other conferences would say, hey, we should do this. Like the Mountain West should say, hey, we should do our fucking championship game there. You know what I mean? I'm going crazy though, Mac. The sport is fucking going fucking insane lately. Like the past 5 or 6 years. Shout out to Nick in the chat. It goes, there was a lightning delay at SoFi a year ago before an NFL game too. That's even better. I mean, how about the TCU Georgia game where it was pouring fucking rain sideways into that thing? Hilarious because it's a dome, but it's not a dome. It's also dumb. It's also dumb.
It is.
Anyway, let's react to this stuff. But before we do that, I want to let you know that you are listening to the College Football Experience, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. And well, every Wednesday night we do our pick show with CJ Sullivan and the Bottom Line Bombs. Subscribe to his podcast, The Bottom Line Bombs. He covers every sport there is, whatever's topical at the time. He does an NFL pick show with Hannibal Buress and a few other comics. So check out the Bottom Line Bombs podcast. Highly recommended. CJ's a fucking hilarious comic. If you get a chance to see his live shows as well, great guy, great comedian. Check out the Bottom Line Bombs. Also, it is Grey Cup week. Yes, went 2-0 on my picks for the CFL on Saturday. As now we have the Grey Cup going on this Sunday, this next Sunday, as in next 7 days from now. So what better time to subscribe to the CFL Gambling Podcast? We're going to hit you with first touchdown props, DFS, even our huge tits parlay that we give out every week. We are the originators of the huge tits parlay as well. So check out that. And remember, as always, to let it ride. We are also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Look, MyBookie, they're the best. All right. The best place to bet on, well, really everything, but football is a specialty over there. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag, and when you do use our promo code, that is TCE SGPN, for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCE SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Novig. Yeah, Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. With Novig, you're getting the best prices because they're an exchange. Novig's available in 35 plus different states. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. So get in on the action with Novig, promo code SGPN. All right, next up, we are going to the beginning of the slate here. We had the Deeper Than Hate rivalry, which was a complete dud by C Thursday. It started with this dud, although App almost came back and won this thing. But shout out to Clay Helton for getting a big rivalry win at Kid Brewer Stadium. Was it 25-23? I think it was something like that. 25-23. And I'm still half a game away for my App State over. These bastards. I need to get there. Just one win. But Georgia Southern now, Mac. You wonder at 4-5, they're home to red hot Coastal Carolina this week. They're home to ODU. They're at Marshall. I tend to think they should be dogs. Are they dogs in Coastal? I would imagine. Yeah. No, Southern's favored by 2.5.
Really?
So, but they need to win 2 to make a bowl. I wonder if this job opens. There's potential. And then the other side of this is Dow Loggins. In my opinion, App State's gotten worse as the season's gone along. Normally it's the other way around.
Yeah. League play.
Yeah, normally it's the other way around where, you know, the first year coach makes progress and in November you start to see them be a little bit better. I feel like this team's gotten worse as the season's gone along. Your thoughts on this game? Because we did eat a pile of shit on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, App State was out to lunch. They got their ass beat. They got punched in the mouth. The problem with like the college football weekends is like this game feels like it was a 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's true.
I was like, oh, I forgot that was a Thursday night game. Yeah. That feels like forever ago. Big win, Georgia Southern. They were the better team. App State tried to come back and
500 yards of offense just about for Georgia Southern. 494. That on the road is horrible.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. Anyway, next up, we did cash on this. This was part of our contest. Did you see our contest this week, buddy?
I see you guys went 7-0. I saw, right?
7-0, buddy. As we cashed on South Florida laying 14 as they stuck it to UTSA with a 55-23 win. we will get to the AAC race. You were on South Florida here too. 55-23.
Yep.
Unbelievable. You think UTSA is going to get to a bowl? They're 4-5 right now. They're at Charlotte, home to ECU, home to Army. 6-6. You end up in like the fucking Bahamas Bowl. It's tough though, right?
Yeah, disappointing.
They have to get this one. The Charlotte one they have to get to, or they're not getting it.
I mean, we were talking about Trailer getting a high major job. Nope.
Incarnate Word, maybe. Shout out to South Florida, man. The magical season. They're 7-2 now. The remaining schedule, they're at Navy this week, at UAB, and home to Rice, man. You got to think that they're in a great position to go 10-2. They're 10.5-point favorites in Annapolis. Alex Galesh, no way he's there next year. Right?
No,
it's impossible that he's there next year. Yeah. Okay. So we cashed on that. And then on Friday, I had a great day on Friday. This was the lone blemish. And let me tell you, this was covering for a lot of the fucking game.
Yeah.
But shout out to Delaware State. I know this is the FBS show, but still, I mean, he wins again, dude. He wins again. Deshaun Jackson, 7-3. And, great chance to play in the Celebration Bowl here. They have Howard this week, and then the big one, South Carolina State, who they have the same record as right now. They beat, and that's a team that won the MEAC a year ago to the Celebration Bowl. What a great story going on in Dover there. After that, we had Harvard Columbia. We did cover this one right here. Big ass line was 28.5. Columbia loses by 17, but Harvard remains undefeated and in the FCS playoff race. Looking like they're, remember the Ivies in part of the FCS playoffs for the first time ever this season. Should be very fun to watch. This is the next one here. This one was a battle where I beat you, pal.
What a ridiculous interception that thing. Like, what was that throw?
And I should also mention that my future for Houston to play in the Big 12 championship still very alive. Now, yeah. I'm not sure we're going to get there, but since Cincinnati and BYU play each other, so right now, Willie Fritz 8-2. I cashed on this one and won the lock battle, but remaining schedule, home to TCU and at Baylor. And that, let me tell you guys, I know the crowds have been weak, but they're going to wake up at some point because they got a big time freshman coming in that people are raving about. Your thoughts on this lock battle loss to the great pick Dundee?
I mean, shout out Houston, man. 8-2, year 2 of Willie Fritz. I know they got their ass beat by the Mountaineers last week, but they bounced back nicely here in a game they couldn't lose, and they're still right there, man. They are still right there in the thick of things.
You got to think they're probably going to be 9-3. I mean, sure they could go 8-4, but even if it's 8-4, what a great year 2. If he loses out, it's still a great year 2.
Absolutely. I mean, and honestly, UCF isn't bad either.
Yeah, no, they're ahead of schedule, I think. I mean, like I don't think they're a good team, but they're ahead of schedule for him coming in there with that many transfers.
Yep.
They're more competitive. The problem for UCF at 4-5, the remaining games at Texas Tech, home to Oklahoma State, at BYU. You're staring 5-7 right in the face.
Yep.
Yeah, my Friday night was fire because I had Tulane money line and you had Tulane money line, and boom, they almost blew this shit late, but dominated this football game. But yet Memphis had their chance late to come back into this and potentially steal it. Shout out to Retzlaff, had a big game, threw for 335, I thought it was, and a couple touchdowns. Easy money line play, first of many money line plays that hit for us this weekend. Your thoughts on this game, and right now, do you feel confident saying Tulane will be the team in the playoffs? Because obviously they're right now. I think if we're looking at the AAC, They are playing. If the season ended right now, it would be what, Navy, South Florida in their conference championship, right? Because South Florida and Tulane have the same record. Navy has one more win than them, but Navy and South Florida play each other this week. So they're going to play. South Florida's a 10.5 point favorite. So assuming South Florida wins in Annapolis, if the line is correct there, South Florida Tulane is the odds on favorite then for the championship game. Who's better, Mac?
I think USF. But I mean, Tulane isn't bad either. I mean, I like this team. I like Retzlaff and Sumrall does a good job. They got their ass beat by UTSA, but this was a nice bounce back. Classic Memphis in a big game.
I wonder how they would do that if they have the same record and they don't play head to head. Like, how are they? Because they play on campus wherever the.
Boy, I mean, North Texas 4-1, ECU's 4-1. I mean, they're
ECU, yeah. I mean, they're all still in the mix, but yeah. Shout out to Cameron in the chat who was at the Georgetown Maryland game. Was awesome. Need more of it. Amen, bro. Amen, man. And that's fantastic, man. I was glad to see that thing on the schedule too, man. Stick around. We got the college basketball experience coming up next. I had a fire day today in that too. Yeah, we cashed on that. And then in the late night game, we cashed on this. Just can't lose. USC minus 14.5, whatever the fuck it was. Cashes 38-17. They win. They did have a strong amount of bullshit in this game with a punter. That was not the punter. It was Sam Hjord, I think his name was, the former big-time recruit by Washington. He was at Cal Poly in Utah. You see the Big Ten issued a statement on this. This is horseshit, and I know a lot of former players were pretty. I think I sent you one of a former player just calling this shit out for bullshit. It is bullshit. To put him in the punter's uniform and that's not his number. Obviously, it broke Big Ten rules. Should have been a 15-yard penalty. But how the fuck did the refs not know this?
Because the refs are fucking awful this year. Officiating is at an all-time low. They've been fucking awful all year.
Yeah. I mean, look, USC I think still would have covered that, but that's a big play. It's a fourth down, man.
Yeah.
You can't say that with 100%. You know what I mean? But yeah. And there's rumblings I saw. I was annoyed. That. Who was it? Was it Will Compton's show with Pate on where he talks about Lincoln Riley leaving for Texas Tech? I've been fucking talking about that since goddamn June. All right.
I know. Hilarious.
But I think McGuire's going to stay anyway because I don't see them. If they make the playoffs, I don't think he's going to I don't think they're going to get fired. But anyway, we cash on USC, and then Saturday morning. You almost cashed on this money line, but you cashed on the points. I did not bet this game. I did sprinkle the first half money line, which did not hit. This game was fucking incredible. A lot of people did not like Gus Johnson's call. I disagree with them. His voice cracked a little bit or something, but I think he's actually. I mean, he sucks off Ohio State a little bit too much, but I'm saying. I thought the call was actually one of the better in the sport. This game delivered, dude. This game was
what a game.
When Penn State sacks Mendoza at the first, I think it was the first play when they got the ball back. I thought it was cooked, and then it was like a 30-yard completion after that. Man, the catches that were made on the final drive, including the touchdowns, probably, I think you can argue is one of the best catches of all time. I mean, I know you got the Odell Beckham shit. You got the Tyree with the Giants in the Super Bowl. There's a bunch in college. I remember UCF had a nasty one against Temple to win the game a few years back. This is up there though, man. I mean, this fucking catch. Absolutely. And what's crazy is and by the way is Amari Cooper, I think they call it that, right? But they did this without Elijah Surratt, their best offensive weapon. But some would say because I did have a few people talk shit about Indiana barely winning this game, and I'm like, well, I just hate.
They kill everybody. I mean, God, they have one little letdown spot and they still win in Happy Valley.
I hate kind of like the media is like, I just feel like I know we're the media now because I go to media days and they give me a shiny little pass and everything. Everyone's just like overreacting with this shit. Are they vulnerable? Penn State, they were like everyone's preseason national champ.
Yeah, they were preseason number 3.
We're gonna have a bunch of guys in the NFL on this roster, so it's like, okay, you went on the road and you got tested. You didn't have one of your best players. You found a way to win the game. My problem, like with I don't know. It's like I listened to everyone shit on the ACC, and it was like I get it. Like the ACC is hilarious to me, but it's like I don't understand how they can defend Alabama so much, but then shit on the ACC when Florida State's like in the middle of the ACC, and they stuck it to Alabama.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, and I don't even want to defend the ACC. I'm just like I don't think the gap is that big. I think Louisville could beat any like. If you're telling me Louisville's playing Indiana tomorrow, but we'll get to Louisville. But I'm just saying on any given Saturday, I think they're alive. You know what I mean? I think Indiana should be favored, or if Louisville's playing Oregon, I think Oregon should be favored. But would it surprise me if Jeff Brown beat them? No, not at all, not at all. So I don't think we should degrade the whole conference because Louisville got upset by a Cal team with an awesome quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, okay, Cal's still a bowl team. They're not terrible. Now, was it a bad loss? Sure, because it probably is going to hurt their chances of getting to the playoffs. But I just think we tend to go batshit crazy here. Indiana's really good. Penn State's got a good team. That's a really hard place to win.
It's a really hard place to win. And I mean, we're at the point now where we're nitpicking Indiana how much they win by. Back-to-back 10-0 seasons to start for under Cignetti. I mean, this is unbelievable what he's done.
And they got it done. That drive was fucking epic, dude.
Yeah. Like that catch, that throw. Like
the sidelines catch by the tight end too, or
you saw it with Cignetti in the post game. That was just a gut check win.
Yeah. And I'm not even saying Louisville, but I'm just saying any like they act like one of the things I hate about the media is they put the Big Ten and SEC on such a pedestal that I'm like, they're like, well, these other conferences can't do this. And I'm like, well, I disagree. Texas Tech, I would not want to play them if I was one of these teams. Like I know I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm just saying like, I don't think the gap is that big. I don't.
Penn State has lost 6 in a row.
That's unbelievable. 3-6. They got to win out to make a bowl. What is the schedule?
Crazy.
At Michigan State, home to Nebraska, at Rutgers. They'll probably make a bowl.
Yeah, they'll go 6-6.
Yeah.
Win 3 and lose 6. Win 3, 6-6 bowl game.
Was this the best game Saturday?
Yeah, that or Iowa, Oregon. Oregon was awesome too.
Yeah. All right, next up. Nice cash, by the way, on that one. I stayed away. I was like, Cignetti tends to fuck these guys up. Georgia, Mississippi State. Did not bet this, but I did take Mississippi State. You guys took Georgia. You guys didn't bet this, right? Did you guys bet this?
We CJ and I double locked. This was a beatdown. This is a get up spot.
Yeah, Georgia, that was the most impressive. I know it's just Mississippi State, but that was the most impressive. That's still a tough environment. We'll say what you want about Mississippi State. They're not bad this year. And to go in there and do that was very impressive. 41-21 win for Kirby Smart. You can write Georgia into the playoffs because the remaining schedule is I think if they even lost to Texas and Georgia Tech, so they have Texas, Charlotte, and Georgia Tech. If they even lost to Texas and Georgia Tech, I still think they'd give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they're in. They
probably would miss barely because it would be back-to-back losses, but I get your point. If they just win one, split that, they're a lock at 10-2.
Yeah. Shout out to them. Does Hail State go bowling, Mac?
Who they get
remaining at Missouri, home to Ole Miss?
No.
That'd be a great story if you can get them to a bowl.
God, I want them to beat Ole Miss though.
Me too. I love that rivalry, and I want that back on Thanksgiving. Almost as bad as the Rose Bowl. Not as bad though, but almost as bad. Next up, we had the JFK Bowl. This I did lose a big C note here. I had $100 on Boston College. That will not happen again. 45-13. JFK Bowl was not the bowl that I thought it was going to be.
How bad are they?
Yeah, I mean 1-9, 1-9, and guess what? Georgia Tech and then Syracuse on deck in the Carrier Dome. So that filthy Carrier Dome. So SMU, are they the team that wins the ACC and gets back to the playoffs? Can you imagine if they win the ACC their first 2 years in the conference without taking money?
That walk-on spot's doing nice.
They are home to Louisville and at Cal.
They're right there, man. They control
right fucking there, man. Even worse when you consider their loss at Wake Forest was 13-12, and Wake made like a 60-yard field goal to win that thing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, imagine that's the thing that keeps them out of the ACC championship. Yeah, I lost money here. You lost money too there on that game too, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
Lost money here too.
I didn't. I won. Lock battle win for Dundee as the Red Raiders minus the points. 29-7. Boom.
Texas Tech's defense is damn good. I didn't think Jared Morton played well.
He didn't. Well, I think he's injured too, but yeah, the shocker. He is injured. He's been injured his whole goddamn life. He's that Samuel L. Jackson character in Unbreakable. That's why they call me Mr. Glass. Dude, Texas Tech, I took them on the under this year. That is well, if they win one more game, I'm cooked, and they're going to win one more game because they're home to UCF and then they're in Morgantown.
That's a loss the last game.
There we go. Get ready for that storm.
Oh yeah.
Get ready for that storm.
That's the weekend I moved back into Morgantown.
Oh my God.
You are looking live.
Yeah. BYU is remaining scheduled to get to the Big 12 championship game. It's tricky. They're home to TCU, at Cincinnati, and home to Central Florida. They could win those. They could win those three.
Yeah.
I tend to think they're going to lose at Cincinnati, but I mean, Cincinnati's all over the place. I don't have confidence in saying that's an
field.
Yeah. Yeah. They could also lose to TCU this week too, but I don't know. It's close. Shout out to the Red Raiders, man. They're kind of like they're kind of a breath of fresh air, I think, in college football.
Oh, their fan base is awesome.
Yeah.
Red Raider fans are great.
They just need to throw those tortillas though.
Yeah.
I mean, they were up 29-7 when they got up, 22-7, you couldn't have thrown the fucking tortillas. Couldn't have done that. Take the 15-yard penalty. Next up, we had Southern Miss and Arkansas State, and Southern Miss gets it done by 6, 27-21. They were up double digits. This game was perfect. It was so big for my win total, or not my win total, but my future. Very, very huge game for us here. Because now, Mac, we still have, it's still an interesting thing. So the Sun Belt, remember, the only conference with two divisions. Southern Miss is in first place. Now their remaining schedule is they are at South Alabama. I'm sorry, home to Texas State, then at South Alabama, then home to Troy. They can't lose that Troy game, but Troy is because Troy's one game back. Everyone else is 2 games back. So you're looking really fucking good here. Troy is at Old Dominion this Thursday, which you think, ODU is favored by a good amount. I think 11.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and say if Old Dominion beats Troy, you can pretty much write in Southern Miss, right? I mean,
yeah,
nothing like me jinxing this thing.
Charles Huff is on the verge of potentially going back to back.
That was the handicap from the beginning. Go listen to our episode on June 1st, June 2nd, something like that.
Yeah, they were like the first one we did.
Yeah. We were all over this thing, man. Subscribe, tell a friend. So this game was absolutely huge. So, next up we had Temple Army. We had Temple in the points lock. I had the money line too, which good God.
Best case scenario. He wins.
I had the money line, so that was not the best case scenario, but the handicap was spot on, I would say. And Temple was leading, a decent amount of this game.
Army finds ways to win, though, man. Monken's a good
huge
coach.
Fourth down conversion in this game by them.
Yeah,
they did the tush push. They did the tush push. Yeah. Yeah. Keeler's having an amazing year, says the chat, and
agreed. He's a good coach.
Dude, just wait for him to get going, because 5-5 remaining schedule, and they should have beat Navy, by the way. They got robbed in the Navy game on a terrible call. Actually, dude, they have a really hard remaining schedule. Home to Tulane, at North Texas. They need one to go bowling. They're
gonna get one.
It's Tulane, dude. 2 weeks.
Yep. They're gonna spoil Tulane.
Cold as fuck.
That shitty ass Philly fucking stadium that they play.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that bullshit's called.
Yeah. Great call by us though. JMU Marshall, I cashed on this.
I could jam you.
This was a closer game than the final score gives off, but JMU 35, Marshall 23. I locked up Marshall plus the 13.5. JMU unnecessarily. I guess I shouldn't say unnecessarily because it's still a 1-score game, but they scored a touchdown at I feel like the 2-minute mark or something to kind of get this thing out of harm's way. JMU to the college football playoffs. Their remaining schedule.
That final game.
Home to App State, home to Washington State, and hitting the teal turf to Coastal Carolina. I should go to that fucking game. That's November 29th, though. I don't know. Yeah, we were on fire this weekend. If you haven't been able to, we also double locked West Virginia.
Morgantown, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Good old Morgantown, WP.
God's got the boys playing, baby.
Colorado started a freshman quarterback. Bad job to manage the freshman quarterback to give him his first ever start in lit ass Morgantown. Also, Dion calling a timeout. Oh my God.
Yeah, what is wrong with him?
His clock management is fucking terrible. I mean, he's really bad at clock management. He's got to work on that in the offseason. Calling the timeout. If you didn't watch this game, so it was a 10-point game. They have a 4th and 18, or throws an incompletion or whatever, and they have a 4th and 18, and he's like, "No, go for it." I'm like, "What are you doing?" They're at the Dub V 20-yard line at 4th and 8 or 20, I don't know, 30-yard line. Yeah. I think it was 25.
It was kick the fucking field goal.
Yeah. So they line up to go for it. Then he calls timeout. They kick the field goal, but you only have so many. By doing that, now you only have 2 timeouts when you kick off to them.
Yeah.
Very terrible.
He is by far the worst coach with clock management.
Second worst, Mario Cristobal.
we said it's sad that we said it at the same time. Mountaineers are getting better.
They are. Right? Exactly how I projected them.
Amen. You hit the nail on the head. They're getting better in November. Rich Rod's a good coach. They're young as hell and they're playing hard. And I like Scotty Fox. And the broads at the bar, they heard about Scotty Fox all night because Mountaineers going back to
back. Is Dion done? I don't know. It's weird hearing him talk. I originally thought that. I think I was on this show last week saying I wonder if he's out.
Yeah.
He seems to be doubling down though. Every time he says something, he's like, no. And they relieve Pat Shurmur of his play calling duties. He's going to get a new OC in the off season. If you're saying these things, and I just think, look, this was a bad situation to walk into because a bunch of those guys went to the NFL from a year ago. And then we didn't know when we did the Colorado preview, we didn't know that the dude was battling cancer. And then like he had emergency surgery just recently, like what, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Look, I could totally see him hanging it up, but I could also, it explains to me why Colorado's terrible too. It's like, how much are you really paying attention to football?
What are they now? 3-7?
Yeah. They look better though. This is another one that I feel like they're getting worse as the season goes along.
Yeah. That like them and West Virginia are going the opposite ways. Did you enjoy watching Dion, Warren Sapp, and Marshall Falk in Morgantown on Saturday? I thought it was hilarious.
That's perfect. Perfect.
The game was on TNT. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? This game's on TNT, West Virginia, Colorado, Big 12 game. Dion, Warren Sapp, and Marshall Falk are coaching Colorado and Morgantown. You think they ever been to Morgantown?
Yeah. Brett, he had emergency. Yeah, no, that was great. Brett, he had emergency surgery recently, like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago on his blood clot in his foot. So he's got these blood clot issues because he only has a couple toes. So not only is he battling the bladder cancer that he successfully beat, I think as of August or whatever, he's got that shit going on too. So anyway, shot we this is a double lock. This was easy. I couldn't believe this play wasn't a bigger spread knowing that. Also didn't bet this, but Citadel covered. Yeah, they were getting more than 49. Ole Miss won 49-0. What a dumb game. Then this one though.
Fucking Liberty. They're done. They're finally done.
Hang on. I was explaining my thought process on the Sports Grid or VSiN show. I forget. I think it was Sports Grid on Saturday night. And the host had a similar bet as me, where he has Liberty to make the CUSA championship. They lost on the final play here. And look, they look like shit. But he did alert me that we still have a path. Hear me out.
What's the path?
The Conference USA. At the top of the Conference USA is Kennesaw State 5-0, Jacksonville State 5-0. Jacksonville State has a tiebreaker with Liberty. But guess what? Kennesaw State and Jacksonville State play in Jacksonville this week, right? Or next week, one of the two, right? So they should be favored to take down Kennesaw. If they do, Kennesaw will have one loss, right? Kennesaw at behind Jacksonville State and Kennesaw is Western Kentucky, Missouri State, and Liberty. Missouri State's not eligible, so Liberty is the next team up. So basically in fourth place right now. Hear me out. Kennesaw is then home to Missouri State, which is dangerous because Missouri State's fucking 4-1 in conference, right? Then they're at the Flaming Libs. So Liberty might have a shot of winning in. Now they need other help though, because Liberty does not play Western Kentucky, right? And Western Kentucky has one less loss, but we do have a situation potentially here because, Western Kentucky, you have the 100 miles of hate this week, but I'm not very optimistic about Middle Tennessee's chances of knocking off Western Kentucky. But after that, they're at LSU. And after that, they're at Jacksonville State. The Jacksonville State game could be the one to get them. So there's still a path. We need a lot to go right. The other side of this coin is Kennesaw beats Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State loses to Western Kentucky, and Middle Tennessee beats Western Kentucky in the 100 miles of hate. There's still a path. It's looking very, very bleak.
Yeah.
But Kennesaw is favored by 2.5. Yeah. Well, we'll see. It could get dicey. Is all I'm saying.
I Liberty sucks.
They do suck, man. How do they get to this? Someone did this shit in the offseason. They spend like 140% more than every school in the CUSA. How the hell are you in this shape? Missouri State was in the FCS last year. They jump right up, go into fucking Williams Stadium and beat them down. Yeah, I bet this game too, and I lost money. I had it was just heartbreak hotel. Heartbreak hotel here. Anyway, next up, we had Ohio State, Purdue, and you bet Purdue, and I believe you cashed, right?
Did.
There you go.
I don't know Ohio State didn't cover.
We had a pretty fire week, dude.
Yeah.
It is a narrow path.
Good win, Ohio State. They're what now? 9-0. They're rolling.
They are rolling.
I'm interested to see when they get to the playoff though, because they haven't really played anybody outside of Texas.
And Texas has been all over the place. What is Washington's their second best win? Washington looked like shit this week.
I know. Like they haven't played anybody.
It is hilarious that you can have this Big Ten. Like, how did they miss? Illinois is their second best win.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna play Indiana in the Big Ten title game, which is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And by the way, everybody acts like there's such a big gap. They already did the look ahead line. Ohio State's only laying 3.
Yeah. Next up, we had Bowling Green, Eastern Michigan. We took EMU. We did not bet this, I don't believe, but we did hit.
Chris Creighton, baby.
Let's go. Then cash this one. Rice minus 2.5. You went with me, right?
I did.
Double lock.
AUAB.
On the right. I couldn't believe this line. It stunk, and I just said, I'm going in. Rice 1 win away from a bowl. They're home to North Texas and at South Florida. Next up, I'm curious what you guys did here, but
Rutgers double lock.
The bet detective do that? I thought he took Maryland. No.
Oh yeah, he did. But then I put Rutgers in the contest.
Yeah. So it was a single lock. Rutgers got it done. I picked Rutgers. I did not bet Rutgers, but you cashed on the Scarlet Knights as they went 35-20. Maryland's fucking terrible.
It's hard locks yet. I mean, good God.
Right. Clint, the college basketball pick show will be right after this one, man. So I'd say in about an hour. And then this was another stinky one, but I picked this correctly. Jacksonville State goes in to El Paso, Texas.
Fucking Jack State.
I didn't bet this, but yeah. And beats Jack State, buddy. Charles Kelly. Those fans were right.
I know they were tweeting at me. I was like, "Oh, fuck you."
And then maybe my greatest call. I don't know. There was a lot, but I had Delaware on the money line, and this I pulled out of my ass. I had the points too to cover myself, but they won it outright. Did you see this ending of this game?
Yes, I don't know how Sonny Cumbie and Louisiana picked up this game. I had Delaware with you. This was crazy.
Moneyline play, you're looking live at dominating the college football slate.
Did kill it.
Like 6.5 point dogs, and they got an onside kick and then booted a game-winning field goal. Yeah, it was a wild set of events. Watch that game if you got a time. Put that thing on. Yeah, we cashed on that. Then we had this. I did lose on. I did lose here. Who'd you take in this game?
It took FAU, but
yeah, I think bet detective. I bet Tulsa here. Tulsa got smacked 40-21 against FAU. Surprised at that. Tulsa's been on. They're another one that I feel like is getting worse as the season goes along.
Damn.
Yeah.
They beat Oklahoma State, and then it's been.
Yeah. Then the bet detective did force me into this one, and it did cost me. Now, luckily, I was not crazy about this game, so I only put 50 American on ECU, but ECU dominated this game, but backdoor cover by Charlotte. You locked up Charlotte, didn't you? Locked about a win for you.
Yeah. Bet the Texas is crazy. You never liked 28.5 points.
Yeah. He got me to bite. He questioned my ECU fandom. You know? And then picked this one correctly, but did not bet this. FIU destroyed 56 points at Johnny Red Floyd Stadium.
Middle, no backdoor for middle this time.
You went in on middle. I mean, you didn't bet it though, right?
I didn't bet it. Okay.
I
only bet him on weeknights.
So now FIU needs 2 wins to make a bowl. They're home to Liberty, home to Jacksonville State, and at Sam Houston.
They're gonna get it. They're gonna
find. They're
gonna grind out one of those home games and then beat Sam Houston.
I think they could. Shout out. Yes. The next one we need to talk about a little bit, because I didn't bet this, but I did cash on picking or I got my pick correct. I didn't cash anything, but I got my pick correct with the Syracuse Orangemen. This game did not tell the full story. This was a 0-0 game at the 4-minute mark of the second quarter.
Yeah. All these Miami games are the same.
Miami scored a touchdown, and then Ricky Collins with maybe the worst pass of all time. So they went up 14-0 at halftime, but dude, they look so fucking phony. Miami.
They are phony.
Yeah.
They are phony.
They win 38-10 though, and get it done. Got the cover though. Got the pick right. Next up, this game we cashed double lock. I did have the money line, and I must admit, Iowa, the second that snap went over the fucking punter's head, Iowa making the special teams mistake. If I was on TV throughout the day on Saturday, and the second I saw that happen, I thought that they might lose, because that's normally the other team doing that. But then you add in the Weegan fumble inside of the 25. Iowa had this, dude. That pass by Dante Moore, by the way. Oh my God.
That hurt.
You see that pass by Dante Moore was so fucking good. Yeah. The catch too. I mean, this game, honestly, I know I was probably not going to get to the playoffs. I think they're capable of beating every single team in the nation.
Yeah,
but they're not going to get there. They're not going to get there. But to me, you want to talk about a team that would be a nightmare to play? I think it's Iowa. I know away from home they're not as good, but I think that offense is a little bit better. And the way their defense and special teams, their capabilities defensively, like, let's be honest, like, can Dante Moore, if he throws that pass 10 times, I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He played good, and that pass was incredible. I just wonder, if you throw that pass 10 more times, does the receiver catch it, and how accurate could he do that pass at a 10? If he did 10 of those passes, I mean, that was a fucking great fucking passing catch, man.
It was.
I mean, look, I'm not saying Iowa would. I would favor A&M, but I'm just saying if you're A&M, I would much rather play, USC or Louisville, or I think Iowa's just got the DNA to fuck with you, bring you into the mud. So
Iowa had everything in this game, man. They had the rain, they had the weather. Like,
Oregon dominated the line of scrimmage. To Johnny's point, they did dominate the line of scrimmage, but still, I mean, Iowa went on like a 95-yard drive or whatever it was, a fucking 85-yard drive to take the lead.
Yep.
Let's be honest. If Oregon dominated though, which they did, they were the better team. But if that snap doesn't go over the head of the fucking punter, this game's in overtime.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't say they dominated.
I was surprised they dominated the line of scrimmage. They ran for a lot of yards. What let me pull it up. I didn't think they ran for 261 yards. I didn't think they would be able to do that. Did you? I mean, I didn't think they would have that much success on the ground.
But like, I thought Iowa found a way to keep this thing close like they always do, and I thought they would pull it out. But yeah, they never have the special teams woes like they did yesterday, and that's what did them in. They lost by 2. They gave up a safety.
But that's why you always take the number too. Like, I mean, we took the money line. I also took the number to cover my ass because I was like, no way. I knew that. I thought if they lose, they would lose by a field goal. It turned out, I mean, it was a field goal, but they lost by the safety initially or at the end of the day. The Ducks, curious their remaining schedule: home to Minnesota, home to USC, at Washington. They can be 11-1.
They could be, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they should be.
Yeah.
They're back in the
impressive.
playoffs.
That was impressive.
Back in the playoffs. Shout out to Oregon. Give them a lot of credit.
They should be in the playoffs no matter what. I mean, if they lost to USC and Washington, I still think they'd probably make the playoffs. Right?
Probably. Yeah. 10-2, they're a lock.
Yeah. Next up. Now this one I actually I did lose on. You went in on Iowa State, right?
Yep. Matt Campbell is a dog.
Great punt return, late punt return there. 20-17. Campbell is a dog, such a beast. Their whole defense is out. Yeah.
Back to a bowl game. That's what they do there.
Yeah.
They win. They win 7 to 8 games, and then they have a special year. They win 10 games.
Yeah. We cashed on this. I thought Kansas would win. Kansas should have won this on the money line.
Yeah.
They were up 90% of this game, I feel like. But we got the 4.5 too. Once again, took the money line. Took the could have been a little bit better if I didn't take the fucking money line. Arizona 6-3. Brent Brennan. No way they fire him now, right? You're bowling.
Oh, they're bowling.
You gotta be happy.
Shit, they're in Big 12 title contention.
What is that right now? Where are they at? So we got BYU and Cincinnati have to play each other. They are in a mix. I mean, I guess theoretically, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, they're gonna go 8-4. Yeah, he's back.
The remaining schedule is home to Baylor, at Arizona State. Well, they're not gonna go 8-4. They're gonna go like, I don't know, dude. They're gonna be dogs and I'm thinking 7-5. Yeah.
We'll win one at least.
Yeah. Good job though. Good job.
Absolutely.
This is where we were just hot. UConn money line. Boom. Took the 9.5 to back me up too. No problem. Should have beat him in Durham last year. They got the revenge. This place was lit, by the way.
Yeah.
Jim Mora doing the great, like the low key greatest coaching job. Jason Eck, Jim Mora not being talked about enough. Timmy Chang. I mean, this was easy play, dude. UConn, their 3 losses are in overtime in games that they had the lead in. I mean, shit, 2 of them, I think they had double-digit leads in. They're so close to being undefeated, man.
Yeah, the Syracuse loss was ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, UConn, dude, they become a chippy program, especially at home, and Duke doesn't hurt their ACC title resume losing this game.
Here, I find one of the things that I find very interesting right now about the sport is Mora. We'll see if he lives up to it. I heard him on Jim Rome back in the summer talk about how he wants UConn in a power conference, right? And he's committed to. And Jim Rome said, you won 9 games last year. And you know, I think he has something to the point of like, you know, would you get hired away? He's like, man, now, you know, coaches will say whatever, but I kind of buy into the fact he was like, and I'm paraphrasing here, but I'm saying like, he said something to the point of like, you know, I've done that before. I'm at a happy point in my life. I like where I live. I like, you know, and I don't see myself taking another job, dude. If they get him for the long haul, if he doesn't take, because I think Oregon State's probably calling shit. I think, yeah, if Virginia Tech should call him, they will be very good, man, for years to come. I think he's a good coach. He's a good coach. So, and he had the Rose Bowl packed, by the way, when he was at UCLA. So beware what you wish for, Bruins. All right.
Yeah, fucking bullshit SoFi.
Yeah. That was a great call by us. Also, I locked up A&M -6.5. Easy play. I couldn't believe how many people thought Mizzou was going to be able to fucking get this thing. Was that you? Is that you, buddy?
They suck. They suck.
You're giving Mike Elko 2 weeks to prep for Matt Zollers, who went 7 of 22 for 77 yards.
A&M's in the playoffs.
This was similar than the Colorado West Virginia game to me. It was like, I don't think when's the last time you saw a freshman quarterback or a guy that's never started a game before? Like you're getting one of the best defensive coaches in the whole sport. 2 weeks to prep. I mean, come on. Mizzou, they asked Eli Drinkwitz about this. He's like, I think he's like 0 and whatever on he's never beat like a ranked team in the SEC.
Yeah.
And he was just like, well, I haven't coached good enough. Part of me kind of likes Eli Drinkwitz because he gives that honest answer.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Smash play there for me on the Aggies, and they look good. Let's go. Also, one of the best stories in college football. Kennesaw State. They were up 21-0. I'm sorry. They were up 24-0 and almost lost this game, dude. New Mexico State's terrible, but they did get the cover here.
They did.
I can't believe this. Unbelievable. I'm glad I didn't bet it. But next up, I did bet this, and I lost in overtime. And we were on the right side here. We were on the right fucking side here. Vanderbilt 45, Auburn 38. Diego pissing Pavia 25 of 33, 377 yards, 3 touchdowns. But he only runs for stuff. Oh no, he did still run for what? What did he run for? 112 yards and a touchdown. Get the fuck out of here, haters. There's so many haters.
500 yards of offense from Pavia, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he doesn't have good enough stats, though, right? Idiots.
I'm just gonna make a prediction. I think Auburn can get Alabama. I think they can get them this year.
I think they can too. So if Pavia wins the last 2, can he win the Heisman?
They're not going to give it to him. They're not even talking about him right now. I was listening to some bullshit while I was doing my slides for basketball. This bullshit they're talking about. They didn't even mention him. They went through the top 4 names where they said was like Sayin, Mendoza, which probably I would say is the leader after that drive. They said Ty Simpson. Who was the 4th name? They had a 4th name too. That was like, what the fuck? They're not even giving. It might have been Marcel Reed. I don't know, but
just all the quarterbacks of 1 through 4.
Yeah. Great work that they're doing there.
Pavia's got fucking Vanderbilt 2 wins away from the goddamn college football playoff. Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's the best story. That might be the best story in 100 years of football.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, unbelievable. Man, who are the 2 games? It's Kentucky, right? Who is it? It's
at Tennessee.
Home to Kentucky and at Tennessee.
It comes down to Tennessee. God, if he wins that game.
I hope that the lose that just have that as a playoff game, basically.
Yeah.
That's why I want Ole Miss to lose this week. I want Ole Miss. I want the Egg Bowl winner for the playoffs. I want Tennessee Vandy winner for the playoffs. Georgia Tech winner to the playoffs. Even though I know Georgia Tech, I guess that can't happen because they can still go to the ACC championship. But shout out to Vandy. We lost by a hook here. How about this? The Bet Detective locked up Georgia State. I told him not to. I said, watch out for this Carolina team. They're on fire right now. Coastal Carolina wins their 5th straight, is it? Yeah. 40-27. 4th straight. Dude, they're good now.
They are good.
I don't know what Tim Beck saved his job. Next up, Washington, Wisconsin. I'm going to credit you for this one, but thank you because we did take Wisconsin. And it cashed as the Badgers in the snow, in the rain. It was beautiful football weather. This weekend, by the way, between Navy, Notre Dame, Iowa, Oregon. They should have put Iowa, Oregon on later, and we would have got, I think, snow. But great. I'm gonna I cashed on this, but this was your baby. I feel like that I just tailed. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, shout out to Wisconsin. Finally, covering a game. So, and Fickle needed that game. It was a weird game. It's one of these bullshit Big Ten games.
They announced he's coming back next year too, which is
I know,
bit
bizarre.
A bit. Now that I have an idea for maybe why. I wonder if Jason X said, "Hey, I got to stay 2 years here. I invested, my family's here." I wonder if they're like, "Yeah, let's give Fickle another year." Then Eck after 2 years, if it's there. I'm spitballing out of my ass right now, but I'm saying, hilarious win. Have you looked at this box score too? Because
right here, the punter was the leading passer.
They won a game. Now they're back to Wisconsin. See what happens when you go back to playing Wisconsin ball? Yes, they're passing numbers, folks. Their punter, 1 for 1, 24 yards on a fake punt. Their other quarterbacks, they had Hunter Simmons go 2 for 3 for 16 yards. They had the other quarterback, Carter Smith, go 3 for 12 for 8 yards. Hilarious. And Danny O'Neal was 0 for 2, 0 yards. So all combined, they threw for 48 yards. 4 quarterbacks, 48 yards. I'm sorry, 3 quarterbacks and a punter, 48 yards. Unbelievable. And they win against a team that people thought, hey, this team might be in the playoff mix. I saw people tweeting out, eliminated from playoffs. What a world. What a sport.
They are eliminated from the playoffs now.
Yeah. Great call. This game, did not bet this, but I picked this incorrectly, even though I feel like we were on the right side there. Stanford scored 12 in the 4th to dress this up a little bit. But Chapel Bill moves to 4-5.
Might make a bowl.
Dude. Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Wake Forest, Duke, and NC State. He's got all the no real road trips. It's gonna be fun to watch.
6-6 wouldn't be a bad year for Belichick.
Yeah. I mean, they kind of should be they should have beat Virginia. They should have beat Cal. So I mean, it's gotten a little quiet on the front.
They've gotten better.
Yeah, it's gotten quiet on the front. Folks, what I tell you, the college football experience week 11 reaction show is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Yes, Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 5,000 times the amount of money you enter. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers as well. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with our promo code. That is TCESGPN. So do that. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is crushing it in college football and NFL, and they just added college hoops. Rhythm's also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets at the same time from any model that you build, and you could win $1,000. Use the promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm. Use that promo code SGPN25. All right, next up. We are going to a game I did bet and lose. Texas State loses to Louisiana 42-39 in an absolute shootout. You want to talk about the ultimate shitty season for Texas State? Texas State is 3-6.
They're not going to make a bowl game.
They got to win out to make a bowl, and they're at Southern Miss, home to ULM, and home to South Alabama. Honestly, I think they're going to end up. I mean, at best case scenario, I'm thinking 5-7, maybe 4, and yeah, they might be 3-6 when it's, or 3-9 when it's all said and done. I think they'll get ULM. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're talking about him. Have fun in the Pac-12.
No shit. Good luck. I mean,
yeah.
what a year to forget.
Yeah. Then luckily I didn't touch this game, but most disappointing team in the fucking nation to me. I know everyone would say Penn State or Clemson. To me, with my money, it was San Jose State. Air Force 26-16 takes them down. Air Force is at UConn this week in a strange one. Watch out. It's a dangerous game for UConn after storming the field. Yeah. Shocking. Then this game, unbelievable. You got to give it up for Justin Wilcox and Brian Harsin and Rolovich. That staff is a good staff, man.
What a win.
What a win, dude. First time ever playing Louisville, by the way. They go to their house. What are they? 20-point dogs? 20.5-point dogs. They win outright.
Stunner.
Dude, honestly, like when you look at this shit, Cal has like they should have beat Virginia Tech, you could argue. You know what I mean? Like they're like they were in that UVA game even. I mean, I know UVA was the better team, but I'm just saying they're straight. Like if you know Riverboat Ron says they're going to lock down that quarterback, he said that shit like confidently. If they lock him down and he takes another step forward, they might be nasty. He's a beast, dude. He has certain throws where I'm just like, not many quarterbacks can do that shit. He threw for 323, completely outshined Miller Moss. If you're Jeff Brown, that's the quarterback you should be trying to get.
This is a devastating loss for Louisville.
Yeah. So Louisville's remaining schedule. By the way, Cal over cash. Cal over went down after a bunch of those guys transferred. We went to 4.5, but it started at 5.5. So either way, you're good. Louisville's they're at SMU. What, this week or is it the next week? They get a bye, right?
They have a bye week, I think.
Yeah, they got a bye week. Then they're at SMU, and then they're home to Kentucky. So I'm sorry, no. This week they're home to Clemson on Friday night. That's a huge fucking game, dude. They got Friday night ESPN Clemson at.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that game.
Interesting. Clemson needs that to make a bowl, right?
Yeah. What's Clemson? 4-5. Yeah. I mean, so
they have a harder schedule. Home to Clemson at SMU.
Yeah, you're gonna get Clemson's best punch here, Louisville, and a revenge game too.
Yeah. Unbelievable. And then I did lose money on this game as Virginia. Chandler Morris gets knocked out of the game. Wake Forest goes in there. Wake is now bowling, by the way.
What a job he's done.
He's done it. He should be nominated for Coach of the Year talk too, right?
I mean, that's literally one of the most underrated coaching jobs. Finally, Virginia loses the ACC game.
We need to talk about this now. It's really hard to break all this down.
Who's going to win the ACC?
You have 5 teams with 1 loss at the top of the ACC.
And then you have another 2 with 2 losses.
And they all play each other, dude. So Georgia Tech plays Pitt in 2 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
SMU plays Louisville in 2 weeks. Duke and Virginia play in 2 weeks. Or is it this week? Is it this week?
Yeah.
Okay. They all fucking play each other. Miami plays Pitt. Wake plays Duke. Cal plays Louisville. I mean, all the tops in the next 3 weeks, we get like the top 8 teams all play each other. It's gonna be fascinating.
Yeah, ACC is a shit show.
Well, you know what's tricky here is if Duke, let's say Duke does have probably one of the easier paths. Georgia Tech and Duke, I would say, have the easier paths. If Duke gets there and wins the ACC championship, there is a shot that they don't get to the playoffs because that's not an auto bid. They take the highest ranked. So my point is if let's say JMU wins out and goes 11-1 because they're ranked right now and Duke's not, right? I think JMU's what, number 24 or right around there, right? Are they ranked? Thought I saw them ranked in the.
So you're saying like if a AAC team and a
well the reason why I say that is Tulane has the tiebreaker on Duke. They beat them head to head. See my point? Like if Tulane wins the AAC and Duke's still not ranked, they're still dude. There's even a path for Duke. Duke could even lose a game and end up in the ACC championship.
I know. This ACC's a shit show. I mean,
like imagine Duke beats Virginia, gives them their second loss. They have the tiebreaker on Virginia, and then Duke loses to Carolina, right? And beats Wake or whatever. They could be in a scenario where they, what's his name? Louisville. What if Louisville beats SMU? Then both those teams have 2 losses, right? Pitt loses to Georgia Tech, so there's 2 losses there.
And Pitt beats Miami.
Yeah, and then I mean, even if Pitt doesn't beat Miami, Duke could still potentially get in the ACC championship. It's
Hilarious. Fucking
hilarious. Something to think about though. Conference championship is not a guaranteed spot. That the JMU debate would be pretty interesting. Pretty fucking interesting.
If they're 12-1, I think they may have a better case.
Well, especially because if Southern Miss, if they have a Sun Belt championship win over Southern Miss, who I think would be ranked at that point, assuming Southern Miss wins out. So, food for thought. Virginia, this is the one game you couldn't lose. You fucking idiots. You knew
they were going to drop one eventually.
I thought it was the next week. Like this one, you could afford a loss, and you got it now. Like my thing was, I was like, if they just beat Wake, they could ease on in down the stretch here. Storm the field against Virginia Tech when they it's just like, this is the one game you fucking needed. You fucking needed this one. Classic Wahoo football. Saudi Arabia State. We cashed on this. Clemson. I had a big ass bet on Clemson in this one. I felt great about this one. Go get your Saudi Arabia State t-shirts in the store. Clemson 24, Florida State 10. Shout out to Eric giving us $2. It's Eric. We got to take him up one of these times. He keeps inviting us to Lexington. We got to get over there. Got the new Circa in Kentucky too, so we got to check out that.
We'll get there, Eric. Don't worry.
We'll get there. Might be for basketball though.
Mm-hmm.
Might be for basketball. It's tough, man. I got a 1-year-old, so it's tough to get away. This was, dude, Florida State. So is Norvell. What is Florida State's record right now? It is 4-5. No one mentioning that Alabama shit.
And they play who? Florida and who else?
They are home to Virginia Tech this weekend. At NC State on a Friday night. Good luck. That's a loss.
Yeah, it's a loss.
And at Florida. I don't know. They could win at Florida. Florida's all over the place. But I would say they end up 5-7, right?
Yeah, it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to that Florida game, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy money to be made there in Clemson, South Carolina. Notre Dame beat the hell out of Navy. It should be noted that Blake Horvat did not play. Didn't bet this game. On the picks page, I did take Navy. Kind of valuable information, though.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
he was only a Heisman candidate last year.
That kind of was smart by Navy not to play him if he's banged up.
True.
And what are you getting
now? If you beat South Florida, if Navy beats South Florida this week,
yeah,
they're gonna get to the fucking championship game, I think.
Yeah. Yep. Comes down to this week. Yeah. I mean, the Notre Dame game doesn't matter. Didn't matter.
And then, man, we lost. So even our losses, like if you look at our losses, like losing Auburn plus 6.5 by a half a point. We also lost this one by a half a fucking point. As Alabama wins by 11.
Off, man. Fuck LSU.
Shout out to Bama for winning the game. They were definitely the better team, but I think we're overrating them some. I have a future for Alabama to win the Natty, but it was my preseason Natty champ, but I still think we're overreacting a little bit to some of the people's thoughts of like, oh, they're going to run through the. I'm like, I think they're vulnerable. I still think they're very vulnerable. But they've done like great job by DeBoer getting them through all this. It's just a different era of college football. Because there was moments in this game where I thought LSU shit the bed themselves, but Alabama was certainly the better team. Anything else you want to say on this one?
Yeah, I mean, Alabama basically in the driver's seat now to make the playoff. They just got to beat. If they beat Oklahoma this weekend, they're in. And they've done a great job riding the ship after that horrible opener at Florida State.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's Eric. Why didn't Vandy kick the field goal at the end of regulation? That one bothered me too. I'm with you. Yeah, the rain in the Notre Dame game was awesome. Florida, Kentucky, we cash money line. Wow, Cats 38, Florida 7. Stoops, baby. You can't get rid of them that easy.
You make a bowl.
How great is this shit? I mean, what is he at right now?
4-5, and he's got Tennessee Tech next week, and I know that's a good.
They are undefeated, but
yeah,
they're gonna fuck up Tennessee Tech because Tennessee Tech's a little bit counterfeit. It's a great story with Bobby Wilder and Tennessee Tech. Like, long term, they're gonna get better and better, but they're a phony undefeated team right now, in my opinion, in the FCS ranks.
So he's just got to beat Vandy or Louisville to get to a bowl game. Here we go. Can't get rid of him yet.
Wow. Nice cash there. Now we didn't bet this, but we did pick this incorrectly. We took Nevada plus 9.5. Good God. Bronco. Once again, you start to see this. Some good coaches towards the end of the season. You start to see them go into fuck you mode, right? You see it with Rich Rod. You see it with Bronco Mendenhall. 51-14 win against Nevada. I don't know about Choate, man. He's going to get one more year, I think, but I think he's a solid coach. But man, they got worse this year than last year.
They did. Well, they got hit in the portal hearts, but yeah, I mean, 1-8. Them and Boston College, definitely the two step back programs in year 2.
Yeah. And then we had this one here. Did not bet this game, but you guys picked this correct. I did not. Nebraska wins 28-21 against UCLA. It's a bad loss. Considering Nebraska's whole goddamn team was out. Yeah. Shout out to M Smile in the chat. Yeah, look, the defense did make timely turnovers. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd be all on board. Cash in my ticket for. I want Bama to a certain extent. Now, if you told me, Colby, Vandy's in the playoffs, who do you want to win the playoffs? I would say Vandy, or, it'd be. I think Indiana would be a great story, but my money also is with Bama from the beginning of the year. I thought they would look better. I know that sounds crazy because they only have one loss, but I thought with the roster they had, they would look better. So in a similar vein, Utah State 5-0 at home this year, says Nick. Shout out to Nick. Then we had this one, which I took with you guys. I feel like you guys, I'm actually going to blame you guys here a little bit.
Yeah,
this was you guys convincing me to take Colorado State. It's like, I don't know, they fucking suck. At the time they were calling for snow, and I was like, okay, I'll go in. Lost money on the Rams here as UNLV wins by 32 at Colorado State. Dominant performance by these Rebs, only holding Colorado State to 10 points because Colorado State's quarterback quit the team. Remember, they fired Norvell. He's like, yeah, you know what? I quit. Braden Fowler Nicolosi is who I'm referring to. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, UNLV kicked their ass. I mean, they fucked them up. Shout out to UNLV for 7 wins. They keep winning.
And then this game. I didn't bet this game, but if you're an Oregon State fan, first off, Sam Houston gets their first win of the season in Corvallis, Mac. And if you watch this game, which I know you're at the bar shit hammered, but their best player, Anthony Hankerson, drops a screen, like a running back flat, just a quick jump, play action, right, perfect to him. He's going to walk in for a touchdown. Oregon State wins, and he drops it. What a way to lose a fucking game.
Unbelievable.
4th and 1, great play action, perfectly fucking to him. Should have been a fucking touchdown. I I feel so sorry for Oregon State, man.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The way they lose games. I mean, the bet detective sent that screenshot today of like the stats. It's like unbelievable. They dominated the game. How did they lose?
Unbelievable. Glad I didn't bet it, but I did bet this to cap off our night. Money line. The Rainbow Warriors on the island. We tried to warn you.
Oh, well.
I went on live TV like 5 times saying this shit on Saturday. Take this shit money line. This dude, our cap was spot on. They struggled with Colorado State when they had Braden Fowler, Nicolosi, and Matt Mummy, and they're running that. Timmy Chang was a part of that staff before Hawaii. They exploited that shit, man. And San Diego State's defensive numbers they cooked the book some. They played some really shitty offenses. We hit on the money line, folks, on Hawaii, Kentucky, UConn, Tulane.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting one. I mean, we had an amazing Delaware. Amazing fucking weekend.
Did you say UConn? Yeah, you said.
Yeah. Amazing fucking weekend. I mean, it's a free fucking show. That's all I can say. Let's get to game balls and do our college basketball show. Where are you going, game ball 1?
Game ball. Let's go right here. Let's go Hawaii, man. I mean, San Diego State have been as hot as anybody coming into this game, and Hawaii stuck it to them.
Great point. Let's talk about this right now. Great point. So San Diego State and Boise State play each other this week at the Snapper in San Diego. Hawaii is in position to play. They have the tiebreaker on SDSU. So if Boise beats San Diego State, Hawaii is in position to play in the Mountain West Championship. Timmy fucking Chang, the man knows ball.
And they
been
may
on the
host.
show, friend of the program.
They may host.
Hawaii's remaining schedule at UNLV, home to Wyoming. If you don't know anything about Vegas, they consider Vegas the 9th island or the 8th island. What was the 9th island? I think
I went to the game 2 years ago. They fucking were there.
Tons of Hawaiian food everywhere off the strip. Go off the strip in Vegas. It's Hawaiian food everywhere. This is a great fucking story. Great game ball, by the way. Great game ball. I'm going to go with the California Golden Bears, and Nick Rolovich, part of the staff at California. These Hawaii guys, they know what the fuck they're doing. These old quarterbacks from Hawaii. Cal goes into Louisville 29-26. They beat these Cards, number 15 team in the nation. Game ball to the California Golden Bears. Where are you going next?
Wake Forest goes in there, hands UVA their first ACC conference loss.
Love it. Love it. UConn, the Huskies. Honestly, this team should at least be like, I personally think they should be 9-1, right? Maybe even 10-0. Delaware was the only game they were asleep. At Syracuse, they were the better team. That's when Syracuse had Angeli. That was an all-time collapse by UConn. They were the better fucking team that day. And the same can be said for the Rice game. I thought they were, they were in that thing. But UConn, game ball. Let's go. Where are you going with your final game ball?
Wisconsin. Got back to their roots. Let's passing yards, win a game. Let's go.
That is a beautiful fucking thing to say. I'm going to give out 2 game balls right here, Mac. On this very show, we previewed every team, all 136 teams. Me and you personally got a lot of flack for taking the over on Delaware and Missouri State, not only within their win total, but saying that they are better than most of the teams in the CUSA.
Yep.
Right now, they are a combined 7-4 in conference play. Right. And right now, just so you know, Missouri State is bowl eligible. They can't make a bowl because that dumb fucking rule. And Delaware is 5-4, 5-4, and they play Sam Houston and UTEP still on the schedule. So they're looking like they're going to get 7 wins. I mean, they also play Wake, but we were spot on, man. I want to give a game ball to both those teams. There's programs where I was surprised Missouri State. I mean, I thought Delaware was ready. Missouri State, I was like, I thought they were good enough to just come in and win, but they were more of a question mark than Delaware. But both Get it done. Get it done. Jacoby in the chat, we opened up with this. We think it's terrible. We want USC and Michigan to say fuck you, Big Ten, and go independent. And I think, dude, if that happened, Mac, I think it'd be the best thing that happens to college football, because you know what would then happen?
They get rid of the conferences.
Why don't they? Someone needs to explain to me this.
Back to regionality.
Well, someone needs to explain to me, like, Notre Dame. Did you see how much Notre Dame made last year by hosting the playoff game and getting to the playoffs compared to everybody else in the playoffs?
Yeah, they made bank.
It makes me wonder, like, well, why does Ohio State attach themselves to the Big Ten? Shouldn't you just go independent? I know it's a little bit more work scheduling stuff, but it was like Michigan, USC, these are big brands. Go independent. I think the sport's better if everyone's independent, personally.
Yeah, well, then everybody will schedule for their own benefit, and they'll go regionality.
Yeah, and shout out to Charlie saying, can we get these Dakota schools in the FBS? Enough fucking around. And the Montanas. Like, the Dakotas and the Montanas are long overdue. Tarleton's probably coming up too. I bet you Tarleton comes up before them, because Tarleton has the ambition.
Yeah,
I feel like Tarleton's like, fuck you, we want to go. Give us that door. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. Either way, USC and Michigan can't leave until 2036. I hope they fucking do. I hope they say fuck off. We're USC. We have the most fucking draft picks in the history of college football. Fuck off. We can be our own network. You're in fucking Los Angeles too, where all the studios are. It doesn't even make any sense.
I know.
Doesn't make sense. I disagree. He says fuck independence. I think independence it's the history of college football. But B, I think it's a gateway back to regionality. You know, I don't want to see this fucking shit. This fucking UCF at Utah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we need regionality back.
Yeah.
We need the East Coast teams playing the East Coast teams, West Coast playing West Coast, the teams in Texas.
And meet in the playoffs. If you want your non-regionality, meet in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go. We're USC OJ went there. Anyway, folks, college basketball experience coming up in about 15 minutes here. All right. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. We are the College Football Experience. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. Till next time, this is the College Football Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And the whole team's looking and the whole world's looking with the cameras. Run and shoot. We can really run and shoot. And you know what you're getting.